let's see a quick comparison between peer-to-peer networks and client-server networks. Now you can see the peer-to-peer, as I said, it doesn't need any heavy installment of anything. So it's very easy to set up, very less expensive to install. So if you are in an office and you want to just connect to a printer, just connect it. You don't need any special device. It can be implemented on a wide range of operating systems. So here it doesn't matter, it doesn't necessarily matter the operating system you are using, whether you are using an Mac OS or Windows. You can just go in. More time consuming to maintain and software being used. Now, difficult in setting the client server. The client server, you need a server, and the server use a different operating system from the ones the client are using. Mostly the examples of these are called Windows NT. It's mostly used for the service, and they perform heavy tasks because a lot of clients are requesting resources from, so it perform very difficult tasks. And the setup is not just you getting computers. No, a bit technical. Technicality has to come inside before you can set it up. More expensive to install, yes. Obviously, you have to purchase a whole new server on its own before the client own. Then the security measures you put, because you can't just set client server network without security. We also learn network security. You add these securities so that restricted access a whole lot. So you can see it. The client server are used in organizations such as banks and very demanding organizations, whereby the peer-to-peers are just let's say friends, offices that actually needs to share something which is not very private. So I'll give you this handout so you can also go through on yourself and understand certain things. Now, components of a network. So maybe you are asking yourself, what do I even need to set up a network? My own network. What do I even need to set it up? In fact, network can only comprise of just two computers. Just creating a channel between two things is a network. So network, you want, it seems all of us have created a network before. If you have ever connected a Bluetooth device to any device, you've created a network before. If you've ever connected to a Wi-Fi, you've created a network before. Whatever medium you've done, whereby there was an establishment of a channel where resources can pass through from one end to the another, you've created a network before. By you in a computer network, you need a minimum of two computers. It's okay for you to create a network. You might need cables to connect each network, either cables or you use the wireless means to connect. You also need, in computer networking, please take note, this network is in computer networking. That's why I'm basing on computers, network cables, wireless. Now, you also need a network interface device. What is this device? The NIC. It is a device that gives your computer the strength to connect or to create any channel you want to create. So your computer, nowadays every computer has an NIC. Yes, most of them. Maybe just the desktop one, they have it, but maybe they don't have the wireless access. Some of them don't have the wireless. You have to buy a wireless adapter and attach it to create your channel. So a network interface device, just a device that helps your computer to actually connect to a channel to create a network. We also have a switch. A switch, some of them will refer to what a hub, a whole lot. Now, this switch, what they do is every network there is a source. Now, in an organization about, let's say, you have 100 students in your organization. You've created a network. You want every one of them to be accessing this network at the same time. This is where a switch comes inside. What it does is it actually distributes these packets. So it takes the packet from a main source, then share it among them. That's the main duty or the main function of these switches. Now you see them, you go and stand under it and connect. Yes, the main duty is it fetches packets from the main source and helps in the distribution. Since maybe you are far from the main point in an organization, you might have your main point maybe far from where the students are, and reaching there will be very difficult. So they start to install switches at vantage points. So let's say 5 meters from the main source, there's a switch. Another 5 meters from the newly installed switch, there was a switch. So it will be the first switch will take the source, spread it. The second switch will take it, spread it. So it will be spreading till it gets to the student body. Then the student body, you will see when there's so much pressure on one switch, they will come and bring another switch. Yes, that switch is going to take a packet and also share it so that every student or the number of users on that network will get equal amount of access to your network. So that's the main, in fact, the duty or the main operation of the switch. It just distributes packets to large number of people so that everyone will have equal share of the packets. Now we also have network operating system. Yes, so this comes in the case of where you are doing a client server network system. You will need a network operating system software for the server side. So these are the components you will need, the list you will need. You can add more things to it. You can add about 10 computers, you can add a whole lot to it, but this is the base level you need to establish your own little network.
Sir,
Yes, Gordon.
so please, is there any specific amount of computers that we can connect to a server, like, or it depends on the size of the server? For me, as you said, we can start from 2. Is there any maximum computers that we can use? Maybe 100. That's the highest. Or
Okay.
there are experiences or practice that has shown that you can't connect more than 100 computers.
Okay, very well. Now, note that it depends on your server. If your server can't take more, because some servers, you see, some people, that's why when I was saying client server network is expensive, because you know your organization size. And so when you are going to purchase the capacity of the server, you will know, oh, my organization has about, let's say, 200 users. So if I'm going to purchase a server, I need to purchase a server which has high processing speed, like high gig RAM. You see that high gig RAM a whole lot, so that when it comes, it can actually distribute. But if your organization is just 2-3 more, you just purchase any server you come, you share. So it depends on your server strength. Please do you get it? You take into consideration the strength of your organization or the number of users who are going to use it, the number of requests it's going to handle. So let's say you're going to purchase a small server for a bank who has, let's say, a day they have 500 customers a day, then your tellers are like 10. There is going to be a lot of pressure on your server and it could crash it. So you should know the size of your organization before you actually start buying these equipment. Godwin, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let's continue. We have cabling. Now, in networking, I know most of you have seen network cables. Yes. Right. It seems my mic was muted. Now, most of us have been seeing network cables. We've been seeing a whole different types of network cables. We are going to know how this type of cables does. So, for example, we have two popular cables. So you have to know what it does. What does that mean? The structure of these cables. When you see these cables connecting this, what does it say? Now we have two most popular network cabling. The one you've been seeing always, that's a twisted pair. 10 base T is the one you connect to your computer in the port, network port. And the second one, the 10 coax, it looks like you see your TV and your decoder, that wire you connect from your TV to your decoder. Hope you've seen it. That is the 10 coax. That's the 10 base 2. So these are the two types of network cabling you should know. Now the 10 base T. See the diagram here? So this is what I'm talking about. The normal one we've been using. So you see this type of cable, the 10 base T, this type of cable. At the tip, there is a white plastic there. This one is called RJ45 connector. Without that, you can't connect. So you use that. So this one creates the channel. Then at the ports here, we use this to link whatever you are inserting. So the wall outlets, so those who have been using this cable in their workplaces or in their computer labs, you go there, you insert your network cable in your computer and you set at the wall. Now the mouth of this network cable is called RJ45 connector, and the cable, the Cat 5E cable. So this one comes together to form the cable called the 10BT cable. Then this is the ports on the wall. You most of times plug it there to get your, and when you take a deeper look at the wall outlet, this is how it looks like, which connects your computer and give you that channel you want to access there. One thing also, please take note of these. You will be using them in building the network design. The software will be using, you'll be having all these, so you know the type of cable you'll be using. Please take note of all these. Okay, now this, we most of the time sees this. In fact, in the various universities, you enter a reading room, you see something like container like at the top. Then you see a whole lot of switches inside with lights blinking, a whole lot. This is called a wall-mounted cabinet. In fact, this one doesn't do anything. In fact, if you've seen this one somewhere with this particular structure doesn't do anything. It's the switches inside that are performing the job. So this is just a container that's protecting the switches we put inside. So I know those in the university campus, you've been seeing this one a lot in your reading rooms. This one is just a container, doesn't do anything. The ones inside are switches, so pile of switches. What they do is distribute packets in the people around there.
Hello?
Yes.
Your voice is very low.
Please come again. Hello, Sam, please come again. Or better still, you can chat so I can see. Oh, I think his network is right. Okay, so let's continue, please. So when these cables, they come in different grades and categories. They come in different grades. They are called, they are referred to as CATs. The categories are referred to as CATs. So some come with speed. So the more the higher the speed, the more it becomes expensive. So when you go to the market, they will actually tell you, oh, this is that, this is that, this is that. So this is the amount of this is that. So when you go to buy these cables, the one selling it will actually give you options and give you what it does. So maybe you realize, oh, these are all network cable. Why is it that this is expensive than this? We explain to you that some actually transfer with much higher speed than others. So that's why. Please, Sam, I'll be waiting for you. I didn't hear what you said. You can type it. You can type your question. Right. Network interface card, as we discussed earlier on. So this is the picture of a network interface card here. This is what is in your PC, where you can connect these RJ10 ports to it so that you can create your channel inside. Okay, the switch and the hub. Switch and the hub, let's see. Okay, so these are sample of the switch and the hub we talked about. So they share packets around. They share packets around so that each people, the users can get their fair share and use it. So most of the times you see these piled up in this case, then hang on the wall, and you see the lights blinking. So there is a container mounted on the wall that actually contains these, about sometimes 5 or 4 or 3 of them inside blinking. Their main function is to distribute the packets for people around to get enough access to a resource in a particular area. Please, any questions so far? Wireless networks. Wireless networks. Now, wireless networks, when we say Wi-Fi, wireless, you just connect. So even the name tells you wireless without a wire, but sometimes there's a wire behind. So you see, we will get to the types of network whereby you find a wireless network backed by a wire. For the meantime, we are on wireless network. This refers to two computers communicating using a standard network rule. In networking, there are rules to be followed, and these rules are termed as protocols. Network rules or protocols. So these actually enhance communication or make sure channels are established without using cable to help people send signals around from they send information around through signals, then people will get it to their very devices they want to use. In wireless network, we have access points and a wireless card. If you want to set up a wireless network, the two most common things or components you need is an access point, also known as a base station, and a wireless card. So the wireless card actually helps you to establish the wireless the wireless channel that has to spread to others. For example, a typical example we made is when you have a desktop computer. You see, most of these desktop computer, they don't have Wi-Fi feature unless you get a Wi-Fi card to insert it before. For laptops, automatically most of them they have it. They can just connect to a Wi-Fi, but for desktop they don't have. So this is where a wireless card comes inside. Maybe in an office, you don't use cable. You actually connect to a Wi-Fi. But desktop, most of them, not all, some of them has it. Those that don't have it, they will need a wireless card adapter to help them get that feature to connect to the Wi-Fi. And in most Wi-Fi connectivity, the range also counts. The range counts. So here, now we have this wireless card here. Hope you can see. This is for desktop. This is for desktop. But nowadays they've done a small one like USB. You can just plug it on your desktop, then you just connect to a Wi-Fi. But this is a wireless card, a desktop PC. And nowadays, I think this one is not normally being used. You can, when you want to add wireless card, when you go to the stores, ask for the USB wireless card. It's just a USB. You just plug it, you will get it. and we have a laptop. So those laptops that don't have wireless feature, you can get, but those ones you can use the USB. If they got a new one, the USB one you can use to connect. Now,
So,
yes,
so please, with the USB one you are talking about, are you talking about modem or it's different from modem?
no, it's different from modem. So when you go to the store and ask them you want to buy wireless USB adapter. So it's a USB. Oh, I have some here. It's just a okay. People who have used the wireless mouse before, that USB you plug before your wireless mouse actually works. Have you seen that?
Okay. Yes, I've seen that before.
Yes, we have similar one for Wi-Fi. So you go and buy that one, just that one. You go and buy, you put it inside your computer. You should get a wireless access. So they've modified these things. They've got a USB one which can take every computer. Please, any question? Was someone trying to ask a question? Okay. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a wireless local area network? In Wi-Fi, you all know the advantages. It is easier to when the only thing you will need to do is to make sure your device is able to detect all these Wi-Fi's around. You can be able to connect it just as easy as it is. There's a whole lot of advantages here. I'll give you the reading materials, then you go through and know the advantages. We also have quite disadvantages here. And the Wi-Fi, it uses a lot of data. Since now, let me give a some science behind this. It uses a lot of data, like a lot. You buy a lot of data when you are using Wi-Fi. So those you realize, for example, you have two phones, or you have a phone and a laptop. Now you are sourcing your data from your phone, and you want to hotspot your laptop. Here, meaning you are using your laptop, Wi-Fi on your laptop to connect your phone. You realize right now your data gets finished. But when you are using the phone, it doesn't get finished. Why? Now, this Wi-Fi, the signals travel through vacuum. So it's possible the signal, some gets lost, some get distracted, the noises distract some. So not all gets to your laptop. So the data you are transmitting from your phone to your laptop to get the internet access, some gets lost before they reach your laptop. So that's why you'll be using, maybe you have 50 megabytes. Right now, they're left with 20 megabytes. Some gets lost in their way to your laptop as compared to the wired one. The wired one is protected, the cable, so they all come straight. While with the wireless one, you understand, some will get distracted by noises.
Sorry.
Yes.
So how is this possible? Like, adi a me amato madi a me na ena heba me machine na Yes, sir.
Yes, there is something you need to know. In the transmission, we will go more into it. That this transmission of signals, there are disadvantages of it. You should know there are signals. Okay, for a typical example, you see when you are even making a call and it is raining, you see the network will be doing some way. Yes, it is being distorted by these electromagnetic signals around. So this signal is a signal, or it's a resource you are sending from your phone to your laptop. And take note, it is not passing through any channel, or it's passing through a channel, but it's not passing through any protective channel, such as cable. You see, in a cable, it is shielded. In a cable, so everything passes through it, then it comes. It doesn't pass anywhere. But wireless, you are passing it through a vacuum. So you just hotspot, then your data starts moving from your phone to your laptop. Now it's traveling through a vacuum, and there is high possibility it's going to meet a lot of obstacles. Like the earth itself is producing electromagnetic waves. It will actually fight with it a whole lot, petty things. So you realize even with those who have television, when you send a magnet closer to television, there's likely you can spoil your TV screen. That's the electromagnetic field around us. They distort these signals. Yes, so when you are using a Wi-Fi, sometimes it runs higher, sometimes it comes low. These are but you see, those using cables, they get faster internet. When they are making downloads, then they just download the thing. Yes, because the signals coming, they are protected in the shield, so they all come straight. But with vacuum, that's empty space, they are all coming, so anything can just distort, and by the time you realize, oh, you've gotten just few of what you sent. So right now your data gets finished. What day are you okay?
Yes, sir. So with my understanding and a little contribution I want to give. So because of that, that is why mostly we think the wired one is more faster than the normal how do you call the wireless connection.
Yes.
The wired one is more faster than the okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Now do you want to talk? I've seen your okay, so let's continue. Benefits and uses of Wi-Fi. I'll give this to you so that benefits of networking to students, the cost, the centralized software.
Hey.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, please. You said when you are maybe you are hotspotting your laptop, so because of it traveling through vacuum, some of the data will be used. So what if you are doing it vice versa? Probably you have a Wi-Fi network, and then you've connected the Wi-Fi with your laptop. So your laptop is what is connected to the Wi-Fi around, but then you are hotspotting from the laptop to the phone or other device. That one too, how does it work? Is it going to be this?
Okay. Now I get your concept. So this is it. The moment you try to establish a Wi-Fi network, note that not all signals are going to reach your destinations. One is either you are using a university's Wi-Fi. Now, what you are getting, if you are connected to a university Wi-Fi, what you are getting is not what the server released. It released higher than what you are getting. So you see, you've connected a Wi-Fi and you see your speed is, let's say, 120 kilobytes per second. But when you get to the server is releasing about, let's say, 50 megabytes per second. By the time it gets to where you are, it has passed through a whole lot of vacuum spaces and it has encountered a whole lot of things. For example, even your wall. So you can see that maybe you have a wall between you and the source. It can reduce it, the transmission. So it happens automatically. It happens when you establish a Wi-Fi network. Some of the signals are going to get destroyed by external factors, such as electromagnetic field by the earth, that's materials, various noises will also distract it. Know that it's a signal that's coming. Please do get it. But it travels through vacuum. That one you don't need to provide any protected vacuum. You just leave it for it to go. Now you're okay.
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Sure. So we have advantages of a network. I'll give you this material. Kindly go through for your own benefit. Advantages of a network. Go through everything. Now, in our next meeting, we are going to enter the technicalities of a network, how the network structures, how you can build a network structure, the various types of network structure, the devices or the signals, the type of noises that destroy signals. We are going to enter it deep. Today was introduction for you to get the basic concept of how network or networking is done. Please, any question before the class ends? Right. If there are no questions, the recording will be sent to you, and this reading material will be uploaded right in your Slack channel. You download it and you'll go through it. Thank you very much for today.